Okay, we're loaded and packed and ready to go. Is everybody pumped?
I'm pumped.
Are you pumped, Leo? No, not pumped. Dr. Prince Rupert had fish and chips for supper, played at some playgrounds, and then drove to the ferry lineup at 7 and loaded at 8:30. This is our little cabin for the night.
The ladders.
We got a window one. We'll pay extra for a window, but we splurged. Okay, you're gonna set up your ladder? We gotta get to bed here, it's late. Well, crew, we made it through the night. How's everyone feeling this morning?
Awesome.
Awesome. Oh, I didn't get much sleep, but... It was an 8-hour ferry ride from Prince Rupert to Skidegate, Haida Gwaii. We woke up in the night. It was a little bit wavy, but we were able to get back to sleep. Oh, Emma's disappointed there's no palm trees, but wow, this is gorgeous. We got off the ferry at about 6:30 in the morning, so we made sure to have a breakfast bin packed so we could pull over at a park nearby and have everything we needed to make coffee and have breakfast and watch the sunrise by the ocean. It was perfect. Balance Rock is such a cool stop. The signs are well marked. It's on the highway as you head from Skidegate, North Island towards Tillel. Okay, we're just checking into our tent, our glamping tent. Look at this. This is so nice. Here's the bathroom when you walk in. And look, there's a flush toilet. This really is glamping. Okay, now we're gonna go check out the tent. Wow, they even got a nice little playpen set up for our little guy. This is so nice. Oh wow, all the details. They've truly thought of everything. This is stunning. They had a beautiful communal kitchen area known as the Dome. They had some seating in there, which was really nice with a beautiful view of the ocean. And I love that they had kids' stuff set up. They had games and toys, an arcade even. And yeah, they had all the dishes, a stove, microwave, fridge, all the things you need to make whatever food you brought.
Let's go and see this outhouse. This really is a glamping outhouse. It has a sink and everything.
The glamping beach was one of our favorites, so beautiful, and we love that they had paddle boards, beach toys for kids, all the things you could want. You don't need to bring anything. After a little rest in our tent, we decided to go for a driving venture to get my little one to nap, and we worked our way towards RENNELL Sound. I do recommend a good 4x4 vehicle if you're driving on the gravel roads around Haida Gwaii. There's a lot of gravel roads too, so it's great to have a good vehicle because then you can venture to so many places. So RENNELL Sound is on the west coast, and we found so many beautiful shells, including abalone. I think RENNELL Sound was probably one of my favorite stops. The next morning, we grabbed some delicious homemade muffins from the Haida Gwaii Glamping Continental Breakfast, and we headed down to the beach because the tide was out. Look at that, so gorgeous. How's the muffin?
Muffin.
Yummy muffin? When the tide was out at the glamping beach, we saw sea anemones, a jellyfish, all different kinds and colors, and I even saw a starfish. It was really, really cool, and the kids loved it. Back at the Dome, my daughter was playing an arcade game while I packed up lunch for our next adventure. We pulled over on the side of the road in Masset because we saw all these eagles and we wondered if there was something on the beach. And then I looked down and I found beach glass and more beach glass, and there was so much beach glass. And the funny thing is, this was the only beach we really found beach glass at. This was our next stop in Masset, and it was just further north towards the water. We found a short gravel road that we drove down, and the sand was this really cool purple color, and we walked along this beach and collected some agates. It was really beautiful there. We kept driving along the gravel road towards Toe Hill, and then we stopped at the campground at AGATE Beach. We had a campfire there, roasted some hot dogs, had s'mores right on the ocean as you can see, and then we went for a really nice long walk and collected agates all along the beach. I was wearing my Blundstones for a while, but then I switched into those shoes, and I found the shoes so much better for walking along the rocks. After a long beach walk, our little guy needed a rest, so we decided to skip Toe Hill and drive along North Beach. And yes, we drove on the beach. It was so cool. We went just as the tide was going out, and we went a little too soon. It's important to wait until the tide is all the way out so that you can drive on the hard packed sand near the water. On our way back, we stopped at Axe and Anchor Pub in Port Clements and enjoyed a nice supper. I feel like no photos or video really does Haida Gwaii glamping justice. It is such a magical place. You really have to experience it in person. I love all the solar lights and just all the little details and thought and things they've put into everything. It's very well set up. On the next day, we decided very last minute to take the ferry to Tomoresby Island. It's a 20-minute ferry ride. You do not have to book ahead. I think it was $40 or $45, and that includes the return fare too. We took another gravel road, a Forest Service road, and ended up at Grey Bay. We heard a lot of great things about Grey Bay. There was a nice campground there, and there was a lot of shells on the beach. That was one thing that was really cool there. Before exploring the beach though, we had a macaroni salad. I prepped everything at home and brought it, and we all made up our own. It was a really easy meal on the go. All our meals and prep that we did is included in my Haida Gwaii ebook, so you can find the details for that, the link to it, in the description. It was late by the time we got back to Haida Gwaii glamping, but the timing actually worked out really well because we had missed a whole bunch of rain. Mr. So Bright barbecued up some steaks, and we bought some local crab at the glamping gift shop.
Queuing up some strip loins.
Ooh. The crab was so big and so delicious. Here's another view of the dome, or the communal cooking area, and then off to the left is the hot tub. It's our last morning here at Haida Gwaii glamping. We are definitely sad to leave, but we're soaking up this last morning in the hot tub with my coffee, beachside view. It is just so gorgeous here. It has been the best vacation, just what our family needed. A couple locals told us about this spot, Miller Creek. We parked on the side of the road, and there was this little trail, and we got a crab net that we borrowed from our neighbor. We got a license, don't worry, but we want to catch a crab, but I don't know if we're actually going to catch a crab. Do you guys think we're going to catch a crab? Wow. Isn't this a little local gem? Okay, look at first catch of the day. We gotta let this thing go. Let's see, Emma caught a crab. We gotta let her go. Way too tiny. And this was the only beach we found sand dollars. We had been looking for one the whole trip. We're just hanging out at Jungle Beach. This is the last beach stop. We're waiting for our ferry. We'll be taking the night ferry. It leaves at 10 p.m. so we have to be there at 8 p.m. 3 o'clock now, so we've got a few hours to kill. Just hanging out, soaking up the last of this beach. It has been such an amazing trip. I highly recommend going to Haida Gwaii. I've got a basket of some of our favorite shells here. I bought the basket at the Haida Gwaii Glamping gift store too. If you're thinking about going to Haida Gwaii, one of my biggest tips is just be prepared. Plan ahead and be prepared, and you will have the best time. If you're looking for a little help in that department, I've got you covered. I've got an ebook where I'm sharing all of the things in detail about our trip, where we went, how we got there, where we stayed, tips about the ferry, so many things. I have it all laid out for you. Click the link in the caption and it will take you to download the ebook. It is so worth it. It will save you so much time and money on your trip. Most importantly, if you are prepared, you will have an amazing trip like we did. In the ebook, you'll also find our meal plan. So even if you're not going to Haida Gwaii, but you love camping or traveling, it's definitely worth checking it out for that too. Before you leave, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.